we are going to set up our drawing, draw walls, cut openings, place windows and doors, add objects, create text, dimensions, and hats, and finally create a PDF you'll be proud to print or share with friends. Let's start by setting up 3 quick settings to work the same way and get the same result. Now let's set our unit. To do that, come up here on this AutoCAD menu icon, come to drawing utilities, select units. If you like working in feet and inches, select architectural. For the precision, select 0, 0. And for the insertion scale, select inches. I will guide you down here all the way, but I like working with millimeters, so I will change it to decimal and select millimeters and click OK. Now come down to the status bar and click on this icon to turn off this grid and make sure your dynamic input is turned on. This one, if you don't see it here, click on this home burger icon for customization and make sure this is checked. Click away. Now select line, click anywhere in the drawing area. I will click somewhere like here, and I want a vertical line. So to do that, make sure your ortho mode is turned on, which is this one. Click it and type 9600 millimeters and then press enter. Press enter again to end that command. I will zoom back to see the whole line. To those using feet and inches, to input 9 inch, just type 9. Inches are the default. To input 9 feet, type 9, then apostrophe, which is the one before your enter key. To input feet and inches together, type 10, apostrophe sign, and then 9. No space needed. Now select the offset, which is this one on the modify panel, and type the distance of our wall, which is 230. Press enter. Select this wall, point to this direction and click. Select the newly offsetted line, click it once, point to this direction and type 4900 millimeters. Press enter. Select the line, point to this direction and just click. Select the new line, point to this direction and type 2400 millimeters. Press enter. Select this line, point to this direction and click. And lastly, select this line, point to this direction and type 3200 millimeters. Press enter. Select the line, point to this direction and click. Press enter to end that command. And now for the horizontal walls, come up on the draw panel, select line. I want to click on this endpoint. If you are not seeing this grip icon, make sure your OSnap is turned on, which is this one. Make sure it highlighted blue like this. Click the arrow beside it and make sure you check these 6 icons: the end, the mid, the center, the intersection, extension, and the perpendicular. Now click away. Click on this endpoint to this endpoint. Press enter. Now select the offset tool again and type the thickness of our wall, which is 230, and then press enter. Select the line, point down and click. Select this line, point down, don't click, and type 2800 millimeters. Press enter. Select this line, point down and click. And now not this line, select the upper line, click once, point down and type 1400 millimeters. Press enter. Select this line, point up and click. Press enter. Now go back, select offset again, but this time select true. Select this line, come down here and click on this endpoint. Click once, select this line again, point up and type 230, which is the thickness of our block. Press enter. Press enter again to end that command. Now I will bring the drawing to the middle of the screen. Now to clean up the wall, let's start with the corners. And for the corners, we'll be using the fillet command, which is this one. Click it up here on the modify panel. Click on radius down here and type in 0. Press enter. Select multiple, zoom down here, select this inner line and this one to get a perfect L-shaped corner. Select this line and this line, select this one and this one. If you make a mistake and click some other line, let's say like this one and this one, you will get this arc. To undo that, simply click the undo here and select the correct line, which is this one and this one. Now press enter to end that command. For the other part of the house, now we have to trim some, so select the trim up here on the modify panel, select trim. If it shows you something like this, simply click on enter. Else, if it shows you, if you click on it and it shows you directly to start trimming, just trim away. So select trim and trim these two lines and then press enter. Now select fillet again, make sure the radius is 0. Select multiple, select this line and this line, this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one. If you make a mistake, make sure to undo and continue trimming. Press the escape key. And now for the T-shaped trimming of our walls, select the trim icon, select this line and this line, zoom in here, trim those lines. If you want, you can press F on your keyboard, press enter. You can click once, come this way and click, and then press enter. You can clean them all at one time or select them individually like this and trim. Now select crossing, click once, click again to erase them. This one and this one, this one. Now press the escape key, select these two lines, right click and click on erase. Double click on your wheel mouse to zoom extend. Now let's make the opening of our building. Let's start with the opening of the windows. And for the windows, all the openings are the same except for this tiny toilet. So let's start with it. Select line, click on the midpoint. To see this grip, you have to make sure this is checked and midpoint is checked here. So click on this midpoint, come up here and we got this 90-degree symbol icon, which is for perpendicular. Make sure it is checked. Click, press enter. The window size should be 600. So select offset, type half of 600, which is 300. Press enter. Click once, point to this direction, click, point to this direction, click, press enter, select drawing, right click and then erase. Now select trim. Trim this one and this one, and there it is. We have our window opening. Now zoom back, do the same for this one. Select line, midpoint to the perpendicular, click, press enter, select offset. Now all the other windows are 900, so type half of 900, which is 450. Press enter. Select the line from this direction, click onto this and click, press escape, select the line, right click and erase it and simply trim these two lines. Now for this one, you can simply select copy on the here on the modify panel, click on copy, select this line, press enter, select this endpoint, copy it to this midpoint here. Press the escape key to end that command. Now select offset and type 450. As you can see, 450 is already there. You can simply press enter. Click once, point up, click once, point down and click. Press the escape, select this one and click on erase here. Select trim and select the lines and trim them. I'll press the escape key, but it is not all the time that windows are in the middle of the room. So to make the rest of the windows, you can simply just copy the ones we've already created. Simply select this line and this line, select copy, click on this endpoint, take it to this endpoint. Press escape key on your keyboard, select move, select this line and this line. Press enter, click anywhere, close, make sure your auto mode is turned on, point to this direction and just type 75 and then press enter. We can copy this here to a distance of 75 by easily mirroring it. So select this line and click on mirror, come to the inner wall. Once you see the triangle icon for midpoint, click once, point down and click. Erase this object, select no and simply just trim this. And now we have our two openings, and for the ones here, let's copy a vertical opening of 900, which is this one. Select this line and this line, click on copy, select this endpoint and click here, press the escape key, select this line and this line, click on move, click once, point up. Now type 450 and press enter. Select mirror, select the object we want to mirror, press enter, click on this endpoint, point to this direction and click erase no, and then select trim these two lines. Once we are done making this opening, it is as good as finishing the floor plan because they will help us insert our doors and windows easily. So come down here, let's finish this ones. Select this one and this one, click on copy, pick this place as the base point, click once, come down here, click this way, press the escape key, select this line and this line, we just copy it, click on mirror, click on this midpoint, point to this direction and click erase. Now simply trim this portion, press the escape key, and lastly for the remaining 3 windows, let's copy 900 horizontal opening, select this line and this line, click on copy, click on the top endpoint and drop it to this top endpoint. Click, press the escape key, select this one and this one, select move, click once, point to this direction and type a distance of 1200 millimeters, press enter, select the line, again mirror it to make it reflect here, select on mirror, click once on the inner midpoint, point up and click erase. Now select trim this one, this one, this one and this one, press the escape key. Now select this one, click on copy, click once, point to this direction and type 3000, press enter, press the escape key and trim this. Press the escape to end that. Double click on the wheel to zoom extend. You can zoom back a little. And now for the remaining 4 doors opening, it is simple. Zoom in here. Let's start with this bedroom door. Beside trim, click on this drop down arrow. Select extend. Extend this line. Click on this line this way. Click it once. Press the escape key. Select offset. Type the distance of the door, which is 900. Press enter. Click this line. Point to this direction. And click. Press the escape key, click the arrow beside it, select trim this line and this line and lastly this line. That's it, we are done with the opening for this bedroom. For this tiny toilet, select extend this line, press escape, select offset, type the distance of 750. Press enter, select the newly offsetted line, click once, point to this direction and just click. Press escape to end that command. To end the offset command, select extend. To switch to trim, just hold down the shift key on your keyboard. Select this line and lastly this line. We have our door opening. Press the escape key. And now for this dressing, select offset and type 1000 millimeters. Press enter. Select this line, point up, click, press the escape key, select extend this line, one this way, another one this way, another one this way. Now hold down the shift key on your keyboard, trim this one, this one, this one. Press the escape key, select offset and type 750. Press enter. Select this line, point to this direction and just click. Press escape, select trim this line, press escape, double click on your wheel to zoom extend, zoom back a little. That's it, we are done, and now we are on to importing our windows. Watch the full video to continue, link in description. There you will learn how to add the remaining doors, place furniture and objects, add text, dimensions and hats, and finally plot the full drawing to PDF.